Noah finds himself weathering it, but landing on the mountain of it. The mountain is where the ark came to a halt, a stop. This was Mount Moriah. It was the same mountain that Moses came to meet God on. This was probably the mountain that the children of Israel had to walk around the camp at the bottom of it for 40 years in the wilderness, weighted by it. This is probably the mountain that they had to cross over to get to the city of Jericho. This same mountain is probably the one David crossed on his way to Goliath in the valley. This mountain is significant. David finds himself hiding in the cave of it, but in the cave is where the man Legion was tucked into it too. This mountain is big because there was a little boy opposed by a demonic spirit. Every time he tried to get free, his daddy was so full of doubt that it threw him in the fire. The Bible says Jesus had to go around the mountain and come down it. Because the little boy at the tip of where the mountain starts, he couldn't climb it. Now, you brought my attention to this a few weeks ago. Moses went up the mountain and told the heads of the family, let's go higher. But here's a certain status where you can't go past here. Right. This is my territory to be with him alone. And the only way you can get God to come down off the mountain is be significant enough, but weak enough to say, God, I have faith, but I can't move it. Right. The little boy stands at the edge of the mountain and he's throwing himself in the fire. And God has to call heaven and earth to stop. He has to stop the rotation and come down. When he comes down off the mountain, that if they had faith the size of a mustard seed, they could move the mountain. Well, see, he comes down asking questions of the disciples. Why couldn't you have done this? Because I told you weeks before, if you had faith the size, but they couldn't even heal the demonic spirit out the boy. And Jesus looks at him and says, bruh, some stuff can only be done by prayer. Now, the crazy thing about it is the demonic influence never existed. Because when Jesus speaks to the resurrection after he killed the little boy, he speaks to his daddy's absence. But the boy stopped throwing himself in the fire. Right. The daddy had to step away for him to see, I'm birthing you a new you, that you're not held to the mountain of where they will manipulate you. Try and make you feel bad for what you grew, that folk don't want to be connected, that jobs can't hire, they don't want to promote, they plan on you. I'm talking about people walking away. Are you doubting? Stuff just don't seem to be working. Mountains are in front of you. Where you are on tonight, maybe you face this mountain. Maybe you've come to a place, this is probably your mountain. God, my might is strong, my will is there, but I just don't have it because I look at a mountain on today. It says some stuff you don't have to move. Some stuff you just have the might, the willpower to pray. God, I can't move it. Come down. Come down it and see about me. Come down it and touch me. Come down it and heal parts of my family that didn't believe me, that hurt. Come down the mountain and he did. And resurrected him a new person, new mindset. That was probably the mountain.